Hello, ho, ho, and a happy new year. Welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Thank you for joining us on your New Year's Eve. Especially for those of you over in the UK who are joining us, because it is 50 minutes till your ball drops. So I am very much appreciative of that. Who else do we got here? We've got Happy New Year from Necobot, Gadgets in the comments. We got Grant and Roger. Sophie's back. Hey, Sophie. Glad to have you over in the Facebook side of things. And just all of the fun and the happy. There we go. Hey, Roger. Happy New Year. Yes, so thank you guys all for joining. Keep on commenting because we love that. It's the last show of the year for us at the Traveling TARDIS, and of course the last, which also means the last show of the year where I've got my Christmas fun out. Before I introduce everyone else, I'm going to point this out. It may not be the last time you see Christmassy stuff for me, because I found a box that finally has got here. So I'm going to do this box opening at the end of the show. And maybe I'll have something fun in here that I'll want to do something with later on tonight. Maybe. But before we get to that, let's take a look. Hey, Sophie, where? Me soon. Where are you, Sophie? No, Tom. We're not that far along yet. But happy Valentine's Day if you're getting ahead of yourselves. I mean, go to the stores. You kind of already have that there. Happy New Year, John. Anywho, Roger, really like your beanie and your T-shirt. This is Team Canada for Quad Ball Canada. Used to be Quidditch Canada. I'll be at the World Cup in Brussels in the summer. And this is Junior Roller Derby Team Canada. This is a fundraising hat. My former partner's daughter is on Team Canada, and they will be down in Australia 2 weeks after I'm in Belgium. Kind of disappointed that my World Cup is not on the same continent as theirs, but so be it. Hey, Sophie's over in the UK in Leicester. Nice. Well, in that case, definitely happy New Year very soon. No, Tom. Still too far ahead. I know. Timey-wimey. No. All right, let's move on and introduce some people. Why don't we bring in... Oh, let's start east to west. Who's closest? Gadget.
Hey, guys.
Out in New York. So it's 10 after 6. You got a couple hours left. For New Year's.
And I'm surprised. They start partying about now, but I guess they're holding off and everything.
Well, that's nice. Not going to stick your head out the door and just out the window and...
Well, I usually hear it about here and everything.
Fair.
Did hear a fire truck before, but yeah.
That's not unusual. It's New York.
Mm-hmm.
And closer to me, hello, David. How you doing?
I'm on the inconvenient side of the dirt still.
Yeah. I feel that. I really do. What is blinking behind you? I just noticed that.
What?
Oh, I have one of those.
Yeah, it's your standard plasma.
Oh, is okay. Well, you were really small.
I love when cats touch
it. Looked
it.
like it was like in a box just because there's stuff behind it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that thing is probably about 35 years old, something like that.
Yeah, seems about right.
Yeah.
You got it when you were 20?
Surprised he doesn't kill you.
Yeah, he had to actually, visit to do that.
How far away are you guys?
Only a couple hours.
Okay.
Like on a slow day, a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I'm up in Edmonton fairly often, and we actually did get together. I think last time I was there.
We did.
We'll definitely have to do something at some point. Because he's also friends with my paint slinger James, so he falls into numerous of my friend categories. So we'll definitely have to get back up there.
We're a weird inbred little province, yes.
Yes. Anywho, we have a small team this week because, well, as pointed out earlier, it is in fact New Year's.
It already happened in Japan. It's about 8:12 a.m. there.
Yep.
So they already beat us to it.
It's already tomorrow in Australia, so.
Yep.
Happy New Year to anyone watching from over there. They're not watching.
They're out
or passed out. They're not watching in Australia. Although we did get new statistics recently of where our viewers are, and we have a shockingly large amount of people in Australia. So thank you guys. If you are watching, say hello. Thank you. No matter where you are, we love hearing from all of you. We got people in Eternia. We got people all over the world. And ironically, Orlando is no longer their top viewing area, so that's kind of cool.
See, that's where I was confused on everything.
Yeah, for the past many years, basically since we've gone to video, it's always been Orlando because, of course, Christian, our showrunner and founder, and most of our original team are all in Florida and or Orlando specifically.
I guess maybe branched the whole thing out, made it bigger on the inside.
Australia, is that what you're saying here? Is that why I'd say you have a little bit of extra to do all that? Happy New Year coming soon for you. Dun, dun, dun. Like a little monster. 2025.
If you add it up, it's a 9 year, which means it's an ending year.
Ugh.
So all completions.
But we're not here for the new year. We're here to talk about Christmas. We're not late at all.
No,
You're
we're not that much late. No.
It's
No, not
Christmas
really.
for another 6 days.
Exactly.
We still got Yule going on. We still got the Feast of the Three Kings. So yeah, it's still Christmas time. Yeah.
Exactly. Orthodox Christmas still coming up in another week.
Right.
So,
So,
I
yeah.
may end up having to just keep celebrating till that for no reason other than I can, or I'm too lazy and want to. But we are here to talk about Christmas and the Christmas Doctor Who episode, which we'll see how people thought. I actually just talked about this on Earth Station Who as well, so we're talking all about Joy to the World, the Christmas special for 2024 with Ncuti Gatwa and Nicola, I've lost her last name, and some great cast people.
Coughlan.
Roger wants to know if you want to go, if you're going to go see the ball drop later tonight, Gadget.
That is one thing as a New Yorker we don't do. Only let the tourists do it, because they sit there with diapers. They sit there. No, I would love to go because I got lucky one year and everything because I worked for Actors Rep and I got to see other things, but not the Times Square. But I got to see Hannah Montana. I got to right outside the window because I was right there at 1501 Broadway.
Nice.
And he had offered 1 year for me to go down for Times Square, and I said I couldn't get down. The trains were packed. I said nope, and everything. And it's a shout out to my boss. He was like the best and everything. But I got to see so many shows from a nice window working in that building. Otherwise, I will not be down there. Hell no. I got to see Chris Brown. I met him while shooting Enchanted when I was on that movie, and all the other things. So guys, unless you want to sit there with diapers for 24 hours, literally, it's fun. Or unless you know somebody in the buildings, I would make friends with the people in the buildings or get the hotel room as soon as you can. Because that's your better view.
Yesterday for next year.
Yep. So like everybody says it. Yeah. They make friends. Everybody makes friends with the businesses in the area because they'll open up the rooms and they'll let people, because they have to drop the confetti out. So magically you're going to be a confetti dropper, get it. And yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting to go see the Oscars by being a seat filler.
Yep. I used to love being a seat filler. That was fun.
But we've got, so it is, like I said, just the three of us. And if you are watching, by all means, give us your rating for Joy to the World.
Please,
1
guys.
to 5 TARDISes. Tell us
I've
what
heard
you
a lot of different scenarios on this from people.
There's not been a lot of in between. It's a lot of people. I really enjoyed this, or it was just boring.
Yeah. It's like its demise. You just caused the end of the show. Like,
but then those are the same people saying it now that have been saying it for the past year at least. Many of them for the last like 5, 6. So I appreciate their input, but no, it was an interesting show to break down. So why don't we start with getting your guys' ratings? Gadget, what did you give Joy to the World?
I watched it 3 more times because I wanted to see something because I was trying to find certain things. I love like when they do Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And I had given it an 8 last time. And I think I'm going to stay with 7.58. I'm going to stay in that area because it didn't get to that 9 or 10 for me. But it did have a lot of cool Easter eggs and everything else.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And Dave, what do you got? What do you give it?
10. I loved it. I really did. And I mean that does come with an embarrassing admission that we'll get to in a minute.
Oh. Well, I'm not gonna keep you guys all in suspense because there's only 3 of us. What? Yeah. I was talking about this last night, and when I did this on the live viewing, and if you guys joined me for that, thank you, and we'll do that again for the season probably. I gave it, I think, a 7.5 on the day. Now I am notoriously bad for giving a lower rating when I'm doing a live viewing with y'all, because I'm spending half the episode going, okay, what did the audience saying over here? Okay, let's respond over here so I'm not interrupting the episode. I know that I'm going to have to watch all of these episodes again because there's so much that goes by fast, and especially in this one. So I bumped it up, and I'm going to say an 8.5, and that maybe even 8 3/4. Like it was very good. I definitely enjoyed it. There were a few bumps, but not nearly as many as you might think.
Well, Dave, you know why I also gave it a low and everything, because it hit too much to home too.
Yes,
at that time.
And that's either going to give you a higher score or a lower score for a lot of people.
But it was just too coincidental. It was just too coincidental for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What did you like? What did you not like? What it did.
At first, I was like, okay, he shows up, and they're doing all the little skits and everything, right, and all that. Mm-hmm. The train. Well, and I'm like, okay, I see Agatha Christie, I see all this stuff, and I'm like, are they going back to this? What are they doing? Or right? Then I was laughing because he came out in his robe with 2 cups, and I was like, is there somebody with him in the TARDIS and everything and stuff? And then he said, oh, I forgot. I usually have, right, and everything. Which then made me think, like, okay, what's going on? Is it like he's forgetting, or is he just zoned into one zone, you know? But I liked how the atrium looked, the tree, like the way they designed everything. Like, I would love to stay at a hotel like that, you know? But what caught my eye were a lot of the little Easter eggs, like I said. And there was the costume shop. There was, like Mark had pointed out, the Hobbit door. There were so many Easter eggs that threw it back to the old series and everything, or threw it through the year and stuff. Like, you saw the rope again at the end, and I'm thinking, okay, we got another rope. We're trying to catch something, you know, and stuff like that. But all in all, it just went like this, you know?
Yeah.
And everything. And I know there's a lot of, they do a lot of twists, because that was a twist at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And everything. But that's even the way he looked was like, oh, joy. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's
But
fair.
the plunger was the funniest part. I will say that.
I was definitely up there. I agree.
No, that was funny.
I definitely like the plunger. Especially, there were a few points in that sequence.
Yeah.
I really do think it was Steven Moffat trolling the haters.
Yes. No, that whole hotel. No, the whole hotel thing was the sat nav, everything and stuff. Yeah.
But I think the one that I really think was, I suppose I should, hold on. We still have a spoiler thing. Spoilers, everybody, just in case you didn't realize you're going to get spoilers here. We don't seem to have a spoiler video currently. I don't know why we don't.
Happened to it?
It probably got taken down just to make room for something else, which is fine. But spoilers, everybody. Spoilers will happen. Be aware of that. Ding. But no, the part where the mop was doing its thing on its own, looking very Fantasia.
That was what I wanted to wait on, because that was the Disney homage, that and everything.
And I don't know if
you see Jack behind me. That's why I was trying to.
I really think it was bait for all the people going, "Oh, Disney's running Doctor Who." just to come on, we're gonna do a very blatant Disney reference just to.
And I was surprised nobody caught that. I didn't want to say it last time because I wanted to see if you guys caught it and everything. And I was like, I thought I saw Mickey Mouse in the corner. I was like, is Mickey like a hidden Mickey like head or something? That's what I was trying to find. That's why I was watching it 3 times. I was trying to find the Mickey ears and
something.
Yeah, but that was too cool. That was like, yeah. But the plunger one was the one that got me.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see if he had a mixer when he was in the kitchen. I was waiting to see for the mixer. Because that would have been funny, like her chasing him with a mixer.
Mm-hmm. I think the best part about the plunger bit was that you don't have. There's 2 layers to that gag. There's just the generic Dalek gag of it, and then there's the 14th Doctor bit of him giving Davros the plunger, saying, "Here, use this." in that extra little bit of a callback. Didn't Moffat write that sketch, or was that RTD? I don't remember.
Somebody in the comments got to know.
Yeah, someone in the comments. It was Children in Need. Was that what it was? That it was.
It was supposed to be a funny bit or
Yeah,
something.
it was the funny sketch with Davros last year that blew up the world's internet because Davros wasn't in his chair yet. But yeah, no, I think there was so many just great moments. Yeah, it was Children in Need. Tom's got me there, but I don't. So yeah. Dave, why did you give it what you did?
All right, so we have to start off with embarrassing admission.
Yes.
I am behind on my Who, and so this was the first time that I have actually seen Gatwa.
Right, and so we're just gonna knock him right out of the studio and forget that. No.
Bring him back here.
I would have done that to
I'm
anyone
behind,
else.
so yeah,
it's, and everyone at home knows it too. Please continue.
Yeah, so like, and I have to admit that there are enough popular awareness of the new season has gotten to me that, like, Space Babies, that I haven't been entirely eager to catch up, but I think he was. I love him in this. And I am very excited now to see more of him as the Doctor, because I love the characterization. I enjoy Nicola Coughlan, who I know primarily from Dairy Girls. Freaking love that series, and also I've forgotten the actor's name, but Trev. The relationship between him and the Doctor as well. I mean, as with most Christmas specials where there's no actual companion, it serves as sort of an audition for a bunch of different people to develop that relationship really quickly with the Doctor, just seeing how things work out. And I loved Trev. And yeah, when there's not a lot to complain about, it's not very interesting. I'm just listing things that I enjoyed. So
you have so little to complain about, and that's very strange for you.
Yeah, I get that all the time. Mostly because I don't actually complain about that much, and people constantly expect me to.
I follow your social media, Dave. We've been friends a long time.
Oh, right.
Waldorf and Statler and Dave. Like this is the thing here, right?
Dave and Dave.
Yep. And that is what I love about you. But you're never ignorant about it. You have great criticism. This is why I asked you to come on the show. Like when you're being cranky, you're being cranky, not ignorant.
Oh yes, crankiness is certainly a thing. But yeah, I just legitimately loved the episode. I thought it was great from start to finish. Of course, I loved the entire section where he's just living life and making a friend during the year. That turns into a really special relationship for him.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice she tolerated everything. Like, she just was like, whatever.
Yes.
Like, I would be looking like, wait, why is this happening? Why is that happening? She was just like, I'm okay with it.
She hasn't seen a lot.
Working in a hotel? That's probably why. She probably,
Rundown hotel in London? Yeah, no, that'd be like rundown hotel in New York. You've seen a lot of things.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So bigger on the inside microwave is okay.
Yeah. that whole, and he made the same joke about, and I want now the coffee mug. You know, keep that Trev bigger on the inside. But I think that was that scene set everything up tonally just brilliantly.
Did you see his toolbox?
He comes. I didn't look. I'm gonna have to look again now.
Go look at the toolbox. I'm not gonna say it as a spoiler. Go look at the toolbox.
Yeah, but no, him coming out there though. You know, he's got the Arthur Dent trench coat, house coat on with his cups. He looks ridiculous. You note this is a goofy moment, and it immediately switched to right. I don't have someone else in the TARDIS with me. I'm alone.
That's when I started.
Like it was an emotional yo-yo moment. and that set up everything. If only he'd had a towel. Yeah, no, it's true. Just that set everything up so well. And I loved that was the whole episode. It was, you got invested exactly with where you wanted and exactly where they sent you. They set up all of these other characters, they're gonna die, but Trev's the one that immediately everybody gravitates to.
Yeah.
Everyone seemed to like him. That's the thing I kept hearing. Everyone liked him.
Yeah. Justice for Trev is the hashtag that was going around afterwards. And he had a very much an appealing charm to him that, the other characters that we saw at the time didn't. Despite the fact we saw a few pictures of him, but we knew nothing about his character coming into the show. We had the Silurian manager, who's down over in the corner down there, who got some very early screenshots. I don't even think they were the finished work, because he looked better in the episode than I think he did in some of the original release stuff. I mean, there was more CGI to that. He's definitely got prosthetics, but he's a lighter shade than the older ones, and he fits the aesthetic of both the hotel and this series a little bit better than what Madame Vestra and some of that era would have, but not in a bad way. There are different people with different personalities and different looks. We know that there are different types of Silurians. So why would this not be the case?
Yep.
So because there were people immediately just complaining about everything, but complaining about that too.
I don't understand. We're all different.
Yeah, exactly. I like that they flipped back. Like, they started with the, pumpkin latte and ham toasty, and then rotated all the way back to that same set of themes. And there were some really good Easter eggs in all of those as well. The couple who, Basil there, when they're in the war, doesn't call him by name, but does actually bring up Madame Vestra. Oh, I know somebody who lives over there. Oh, is it a girl? No, it's two women. And it was some of the editing, it got a little bit less clear, but it was clarified after the fact. Yes, very specifically, they are referencing them. And then you mentioned the girl on the train.
Agatha Christie and everything.
There's another layer to that.
I know about Agatha Christie. Secret.
Not Agatha Christie. James Bond.
Oh, I didn't think of that one, because I knew Agatha Christie had the secret lover.
They never give, which, yes, exactly. But the character doesn't get named on screen, but does get named in the credits. It's Sylvia Trench, who was one of the original Bond girls in Doctor No, and was Bond's girlfriend getting cheated on for the first couple of movies.
So the writing in there was the
character is so we've now brought, on top of having brought Star Trek into canon last year through similarly vagueness, they now brought James Bond as a real human in.
So was there a stalk of broccoli in the train then?
Probably, but I didn't see one.
Okay, because that's why the only way I could think of they could have got away with that is they had a stalk of broccoli.
But yeah, they did, but in the credits it's Sylvia Trench, and so and the theory here is she was writing her, she's dating James Bond. James is an idiot, and she gets she's the most screwed over Bond girl in the franchise because he was actively dating her while doing all of the other Bond girls. But this reframes her as, well, he's doing that. She knows that. She's off banging Agatha and having her own adventures. And I think that really I loved how they did that, and how they've been bringing in little bits of everything in this era. Things that you wouldn't have expected to see necessarily. And of course, the people on Mount Everest were the famous team that first went up there. Although he was from New Zealand, and I didn't really catch a big New Zealand accent. Maybe he was just not paying attention. No, so we get through all of that, and then like I said, it comes back to it later on, which is great when he orders room service, and that was another again just brilliant
Psychic.
moment.
Yeah.
He comes out. Oh, got a room service menu. Sure, I'll pumpkin latte and a ham and cheese toasty.
But did you notice something on the menu? Did you notice something? She said, press the blue diamond. That was throwing me off because remember we had diamonds throughout this whole thing and everything. The logo's like a diamond, a blue diamond and everything. So that's what threw me on that one. I was like, why is that so important that he had to press the blue diamond? She could have just said, pick it on the menu and whatever, Yeah.
It's possible. It could have also just been
that could have been a throwback to everybody saying the diamond thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that the kitchens are 30 minutes ahead, but it's still microwave.
Yep.
Yes.
The same like the spoiler that's coming up.
Yeah. It was constantly. It was so good. So many great bits that. And there was you shared this out. Was it Screen Rant you shared out? Gadget?
Yeah.
Yeah. Said, oh, this was an homage to Westworld. I'm like, no.
It didn't have that. That's what threw me off too.
All these background people are actually, androids or something. No, but
these were actual people that were trying to have an adventure.
It wasn't. Yeah. Right. And she had the same eye thing. Yeah. Which was kind of neat.
Looked like the one from Men in Black. It looked like the eyes from Men in Black, yeah.
And then, which brings us then to who was the antagonist here. And that article put it in a really interesting way. And in that the antagonist was loneliness. And that...
I was thinking isolation more.
But they're both the same. They're ultimately largely the same. You can, I mean, there was...
Meaning she had loneliness on her side. He had isolation.
Which then he realized, once he realized the isolation leads to loneliness.
Right. That's when he was arguing with himself.
Mm-hmm. And then he comes back. So he's yelling at himself. So we'll skip to that part as he comes in with a love that he even referenced. This is a bootstrap paradox. Don't worry about it. The time it's taken care of. We know it's here.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. Move on. I love that he acknowledged that. But he's sitting there in the hotel, and Anita comes in, and the whole thing with Anita and him were just absolutely amazing.
I was hoping she'd be the next companion.
I disagree, but I love that he stops and he looks at the chair, and he looks at her. I'm surprised this seemed to have taken place much farther into their relationship than it should have. And he looks back, have a chair. He has this realization, and all I want out of the first episode of the next season is him putting a couple of chairs in. Doesn't even have to reference it. Just he's putting a couple of chairs next to the jukebox, and he just and move on.
Didn't he say he doesn't have any chairs?
Yes, specifically. Yeah. He has no chairs and he didn't even realize because no one ever comes around. And so when he sees this and goes, "Oh, have a chair," it was a really emotional moment. And then when we get to the other end of him coming back into the hotel room to close that loop, as he's leaving, he stops and looks at that chair again. And it was just a subtle emotional.
And he was hopping his way to New York.
Yeah. Which was Peter, today at midnight, it's Earth's birthday. Every life form on the planet will celebrate the new year. 2025 year, say happy birthday to the Earth. I can get behind that. Definitely, Peter.
Yep.
Yeah, with woo. That's yep. Little infinity.
Whipply wobbly, timey wimey.
Woo. Weird talk to Flyjoy.
Oh yeah, the flesh and the whatever. Everybody was making jokes about that one too.
Starseed will bloom. Professor Wide will have.
Yeah.
I promise this is just non-alcoholic.
No, I'm just laughing
I
because a
decided
lot
if
of
I'm going to go out to find food and bring it home, or if I'm gonna just
don't mention food.
air fry some spring rolls and
Shh, food, no, food bad.
What do you guys think about the ending? With
Well, you already know I was in tears.
Let's
for
skip
other
right
reasons.
to the end.
Yeah.
Joy to the world. The star, and Joy becomes a star, and she becomes the star of Bethlehem.
I mean, obviously I gave it a 10, so I must have liked that as well. And it's not just that she becomes the star of Bethlehem, is that she is connected to all of these, to everything else, really, through that, through the mechanism through which that happens. And I mean, you get the resolution with her mother, and it's I could see myself thinking it was overwrought, but I didn't. So it worked for me. That's all I can really say.
What about you, Gadget? I know this was I know it was a bit of a rougher. That was
Yeah,
that
I was
was a
doing
hit
good. I was doing good until they mentioned, yeah. And but it got me was that it was like, I don't know, it just, that part felt too rushed. To me, it was rushed. To me, it was like, yes, she was trying to nurture the star and everything and stuff. Perfect person for it, that she overcomes her loneliness because now she has people with her. Because she has Trev, she has like she has everybody with her and stuff. But what didn't sell me is how the mother, you saw what I mean? Did she will the mother? And is that how it happened that day? Or is there a paradox for that? Because she had just got off the video call, but she was also the, you know, and yeah. So that's what I was trying to figure out, like what was going on and everything. But like I said, it didn't help. It was, yeah.
No, that I agree. That was one of the points where it did not feel quite paced out properly.
No.
I appreciate what they were doing. I appreciate that both sides
like
of that coin hated it for the same reasons.
It's like they rushed it.
Yeah, but they did. They very much
rushed it. Had all this action up and to pull the thing open, and then just goes boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're done. Like that's not a Doctor Who I know. That like there's usually a funny bit. There's usually something else. They just left me like, okay, guys, I'm gonna go sit in the corner.
It's Machina to a new level. Just leave the Machina back there and just.
I'm just like, at least Santa made it funny when it was Capaldi and all the other and stuff like that, or the other Christmas ones. Like at the end, it didn't leave you like, is there more? Like that's what I kept saying. Is there more? Are we going to see the baby? Like, you know what I mean? Are we going to like? I'm thinking when they finally show Bethlehem, we get to see her shining down on the baby.
Yeah.
Now that would have made sense to me. And then cut to the Doctor, you know?
I like how they did that. They didn't do that. They didn't go that one step farther. They kept it vaguely subtle.
Got the wrong year.
that is a good argument because there was in that calendar no 0. There's still there's a whole. They should have left the year out because there was no year 0, but by our calendar it would be year 0. But by the calendar back then, there is no such thing as a year 0, and we renumbered everything anyway. And
so we don't even know what generation we're in.
Exactly. So I think they just said Bethlehem. I honestly don't think they needed to say Bethlehem. They could have just faded up to that and out. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. It wasn't Orphan 52 level of beats you over the head with the message. It was more subtle, which is nice, but not really.
And I thought they were going to sing or have at least the song "Joy to the World" if they were going to pull that off. You know, that would have given. Yeah.
I have no objection if they had. I'm glad they didn't.
I kind of think it would have been too on the nose is why they wouldn't.
Yeah. And I mean, with all of the complaints, now keeping in mind, this was already set before, for the most part, before the first season even aired. So there was no complaints about, oh, Doctor Who's a musical now. But I think this was
and it has
an intentional choice to not do that again. Especially because last Christmas episode is where that whole started. So I think not putting that in there helped with that. It was neat. Let's stop rambling for a second. I'm just gonna go back and see what some of these comments are.
We got Norway. Oh, we got a 9.5.
Paul gave it a 9.5. Roger says, I'll watch it on YouTube as usual. I give Joy to the World, the Xmas special, better rating than last year's Church on Ruby Road. I agree. I love Church on Ruby Road. I love everything they did with it. I love that they referenced it with the robe. I'm good with robe.
Yeah.
In there. That I loved that.
Does he look like, have I done this before?
Yeah. Yes, that at the beginning.
That look.
Yeah. Remind me to come back to the outfit as well when I go through. But I this was a better Christmas episode.
Out of the two?
Yes.
Or
out of the two. And that is not taking away from Church on Ruby Road, but Jim gave it a 9.5. Thought it was kind of original. I enjoyed the multi-room of questionable realms. I like that term. Multi-rooms of questionable realms.
And we'll go back to those multi-rooms. If we can ask the audience what they spotted.
Yeah. We've got Sophie gave it there we go. Gave it a 9. Roger gave it an 8. Paul definitely think it was Ncuti's best so far. I agree very much. He's settled very much into the role, and he felt very Seven. He felt there was a little bit of Sylvester in there in how he was able to go from the happy-healed Time Lord that we've gotten for the last season to a Sylvester McCoy manipulative bastard.
Okay, now I know where you're going, because I was like, wait, like I was thinking more like the way he's the trickster. I remember Sylvester being the trickster.
That's the thing, is he went from one to the other. And that smile, like to go for the throat with a smile is not something you see often. That's a moment that Christian would call, the space god moment. To a certain extent, it's not as moving, but it's definitely a moment that Jodie didn't have, but most of the other doctors have. Yeah. Where you see that sudden
you see that smile run.
Yeah, you see that fury underneath everything. And even though he has gone through this bi-generation therapy, it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
The trauma is still there. He's still working through things, and I like that that's the case. Roger, the 15th Doctor got to spend more time with Anita than with Joy. Thankfully, we didn't get to see the nativity scene. That's one of those. It's a toss up, because half the people are like, "Oh, it's offensive that they did this, and it was offensive to the Bible," and then on the other end is like, "This is offensive to all the non-Christians." But again, I'm glad they kind of split the difference on it.
And I like how he said about how religions are formed.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. Which is very accurate. But yeah, no, there's been a lot of conversation, and you mentioned it, Gadget, about should Anita be considered a companion? Should she come back as a companion? And it's an interesting thought, because there was no, by the definition we usually use to be a companion, you have to be on the TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
None of them did.
Yeah.
So none of them are a companion. Which again is not this is not a surprise, given that it was a Christmas episode. That often happens. I think the Christmas companions should get a little bit of a leeway. And yes, I would say that Anita is a companion, more so than Joy.
Yeah.
But Joy was kind of put out in front, I think, as part of a misdirect a little bit of here's your companion, but this is really what happened over here.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess functionally, I mean, she sort of serves as a companion in one sense, but at the same time, and why I wouldn't want to see her come back as a companion, is that that's not her role in his life. She is more of a lighthouse keeper. She is at a set point in time and place, or space, if you want to put it, whatever. And she is someone that he would go back to when he wishes to see her and to recapture that relationship, rather than someone whom he would change by having her come with him, etc.
Oh, that was the Donna moment in there.
Yeah,
I saw that. I saw that.
Comfort to him, in that she doesn't necessarily change as a result of him, at least not as much as your companion usually would.
Yeah,
that's why I was thinking they were throwing the Donna Noble reference there, because she's the Donna Noble.
Mm-hmm.
But he did repay her in the end and got her something else as a reward. Yeah.
I'm gonna jump ahead here. Polar Nights, Papa, you're messing with my OCD. You need to use flannel like the other two. First of all, that was not planned.
No, it wasn't.
Second of all, I almost wore my white Team Canada jersey that does actually have in the gussets.
This was not planned.
Since you didn't get to see it,
there it is.
Yeah, that'll work.
There's my flannel.
Yeah, 5 minutes before we were on air, I had a red robe on.
There you go. And Polar Nights, you're off in Norway. What time is it in Norway? I don't know.
Wow.
Are you at 9 minutes to midnight? Are you? I'm not sure where that. Are you an hour off on that? Doctor Who always gets a 10 out of 10. Boy, I wish I could agree with you, but I appreciate the enthusiasm, because yes, it is definitely, even when I'm hard on Doctor Who, and even when I give a low rating, I would rather have a bad episode of Doctor Who than no Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
According to it, it's 12:51 a.m. in Norway.
So he's an hour. He's an hour ahead. So we're already at the new year for Polar. All right, Sophie, at 9 minutes left. I do have a timer running here so that I don't forget about you.
Yeah, I'm looking at my little clock here and everything. 11:52 for the UK.
Yeah, that's where Sophie is. Let's see what's anything else that I skipped as far as ratings. So yeah, and I love that all of the wonderful humans that are out here that are really enjoying this, and because there is so much negativity in the fandom and in fandoms in general right now,
which I don't understand. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it is interesting to point out. Now, I haven't had a chance to check today, but I think it just dropped out. Even yesterday when I checked, Doctor was still in the top. Like, this episode was still in the top 10 on Disney Plus in Canada. It was top 10 in every English-speaking country. It was hit number 1 in several, including Australia. The ratings in the UK were beat out EastEnders, beat out the dancing show that I always screw up the name of. Let's Go Dancing, Let's Come Dancing, Dancing with the British Stars.
Yes.
Which it did not.
Come Dancing, is that the one that's?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. But those didn't beat it last year. They very rarely does it beat those shows.
Oh,
the King's
wow.
Speech that was 4th.
Newsweek is saying it was forced, the episode. The fun was forced. That's interesting. I've never heard Newsweek to do something like that.
Interesting. Yeah, no, they
it might go. You might hear something real quick if I don't put the mute on. Just want to see what they say.
Based out on what I was just saying. Whoa.
You talk about Dancing with the Stars or whatever it is.
In the UK, Wallace and Gromit beat it by far, which was to be expected. The series finale of a very popular sitcom beat it out. Those were your top two. And that's not surprising and ironic because it was the series finale of Roseanne that screwed over the Eighth Doctor. And yeah, King's Speech was I think was 3. And 4 through 7 were almost identically rated in the ratings, including Doctor Who at 6. But again, it beat out all of the EastEnders, both airings of it, beat out the dancing. It beat out all of the good stuff. It did very well in the ratings, all things considered. There was no world where Wallace and Gromit was not going to beat the heck out of this.
I love Wallace and Gromit. Don't I love them? And Shaun the Sheep.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the special yet, but again, there was just no world where that was not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. So far, what Newsweek is just saying, it's basically the same thing we're talking about. Like, it's mixed. Everybody's either saying it's forced or it was okay. It just didn't. Certain people hit different ways.
Yeah. Which I think is actually the mark of a really good episode. Not that some people hate it, some people like it, but that it hit different people at different places in different ways. Strictly Come Dancing. There you go. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're here. We have So You Can Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars.
All that fun stuff. Cable. I don't care. I haven't had cable in a decade, more than a decade. I just have to say, I loved that it's on Disney Plus because now, no matter where I travel, because I'm on the road a lot, I can always find my Doctor Who. I know when it's going to air, where it's going to air, and I can watch it legally.
Fair enough.
There was
come on, we're that generation.
Yeah, I had to get a VPN and fake my way onto iPlayer to watch Power of the Daleks. Watch Jodie's finale because
I had to get Max. I have the Max app, so I could get that. Yeah,
I could have gone that way as well. But in Canada, there was no. Even Crave did not have it until well after it aired on cable because it was still airing on cable here. But yeah, it was really neat, and we were sitting at 3 minutes to now for Sophie and those people.
Mark, everybody in the UK.
Yeah. Can I?
We have a timer that we can set it that it goes off.
I mean, I do. Yes.
Okay. You guys got a while too to go, right?
Yeah, it's just coming up on 5 p.m. here, so.
Yep.
Those look excellent. I've got that there. I'm just remembering where I can set off a manual thing here.
I'm just laughing like at the dinosaur, all the other stuff, and everything.
Yeah. The effects on that dinosaur were glorious.
They did get better over the years. No more puppet one from Sarah Jane Smith's era.
Yep.
Like
yeah. It was, and even compared to the earlier Doctor Who stuff, and this is where having the budget, the extra money coming in from Disney from this streaming deal. The extra money coming in from Bad Wolf, the extra money coming in from Sony via Bad Wolf.
See, that's the thing I meant to ask. Does Sony have part of Doctor Who or no?
No, they have part of Bad Wolf, which is producing with the BBC Doctor Who, but they do not own. Just like Disney does not own Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So we're safe for now.
Owned and controlled by the BBC.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about. We're safe for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The spin-offs are not going to be the Doctor WHOniverse.
I know we have an upcoming spin-off
universe of Doctor Who characters.
Because our show's going to get interesting with that lovely spin-off that's coming up and everything. And I'm hoping we all can be able to watch it and it doesn't just get stuck in the UK.
No, it's that one's definitely on Disney Plus. That one is.
That one will be on
right now. everything going forward is on Disney Plus. Next season will be on Disney Plus. The spinoff will be on Disney Plus. The only thing we don't know, we're sitting under a minute, by the way. The only thing we don't know really is after season 2. And we can definitely say, yes, we're going to have Doctor Who after season 2.
We just don't know if we're getting a new Doctor or the same Doctor.
There is no chance that it's going to be a new Doctor. But what it might end up being is a little bit lower budget because the BBC will be dealing with it themselves, along with Bad Wolf and Sony. They just won't have that money coming from Disney, although they might have the money coming from Netflix. The reason is not that it hasn't been announced, is they can't announce where it is. Not that it's
It
not
could go back to Max.
Yeah.
It could go back.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do they want it? Ding dong, ding dong. Here we go. Boom,
Love
boom,
it.
boom.
Happy New Year, UK.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Oh,
New
you
Year.
lovely Brit.
Yay. Timer going off. Yay. So happy New Year to the UK. We're all very happy for you. Speaking of fireworks, this is another part that I loved was the Guy Fawkes bit.
Oh, yes.
That was also a really nice fun bit.
Let's see. How many puns did we find in there? There was the Guy Fawkes.
Mm-hmm.
There was the Daleks. There was the Disney.
Mm-hmm.
What else did we have? We had Donna.
Mm-hmm. We had Christian's car.
Yes. That was too funny. I'm looking at the car. I'm like, really?
David wouldn't know. So David, Christian, our showrunner, he got a new car a few years ago, and he very explicitly got TARDIS blue, or as close to TARDIS blue as he could.
Yes. And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, he's either jumping for joy right now, or he's like, no pun intended, but yeah.
Yeah. Yay. Thank you, Sophie. Happy New Year. Have a drink for me. Give somebody a smooch.
Let's hope it's a better one.
Yeah. Yeah. And now that it is past midnight, we've kind of just randomly wandered over this entire episode. I think we can all say generally speaking, we enjoyed the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Can we agree we're all excited for the new episode or the new season?
It's an interesting take on it because I'm thinking we do see Ruby, we do see a lot of interesting things, but is that going to lead into the spinoff? That's what I'm saying.
We've been told that Ruby's story is supposed to continue and probably wrap up during season 2.
No, I mean, is it going to go into the spinoff too? Because is the spinoff going to be spinning off of that too?
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah. Because he's going the long way around, but I'm looking at the way some of these shots are, and I'm like, where the hell are they? Like he says, what the? Because it's like they're going all over wibbly wobbly.
Yeah. Yay, fireworks, more fireworks, more fireworks.
And I'm just excited to see more of this Doctor as I catch up and get
so
it.
This was the
next game.
and Dave, I'll be interesting to get your opinions on this when you go back and see the rest of the stuff. Mark just sent us a message saying Happy New Year.
Yay.
With the fireworks. I'm curious to see what his costume in this was. The same costume he had in last year's Christmas episode, and that's it. He goes through a lot of costume changes, but this is the same one as last Christmas. And I'm curious to see if that is in fact going to tie in. Because there's a lot of talk that spoilers, sorry, Dave, we're a year out. In the opening scenes of Ruby Road, you've got the Doctor dancing in the club, Ruby knocking over her drink, and the Doctor in a different outfit catching the drink, and them having a conversation. And we see these different sets of him. Is this gonna? And the rumors at the end of Ruby's story, if not the end of his, he'll come back and it'll be 2 versions of him again. So him watching over here and him doing his thing over there. So I'm really interested to see if that's going to be the case. Hey, Mark. Happy New Year from the UK. You had to say that at 7 p.m. I can hear it outside. Yep. Roger said there's a peculiar scene in the series 2 teaser which showed some regeneration sequence, but it could be a reflection of 15's new companions, Belinda Chandra.
I know. I think I know. I was trying to slow it down. There's some weird thing. That's why I was trying to slow it down, the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
If you have it up, go back. Because technically I found out we can actually review the trailer and everything.
We might come back. Yeah, we might end up coming back to that.
Because I would rather review that trailer because I want to see what people say, because it looks like they brought back the suits and everything. It looks like they're bringing back old Who type of storylines and everything. And I'm waiting to see if he's going to cross any of the lines, you know, because that could be why it's going that way. And he's got to go the long way around because I'm still trying to figure out why they didn't take the cab from Jersey to New York to go get the ponds. Okay, so I don't know what he did.
And it is 9:04 a.m. January 1st here. We even slept for about 8 hours. Breakfast time. Thank you, Time Scales. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in, at least for a few minutes there.
My friend lives out there too.
Nice.
I owe her money. It's the postal, because after the earthquake, she couldn't send my stuff. So, yeah. So we're hoping that now that the earthquakes are over, she can, and stuff. Because it's sad that they had all those earthquakes during that time, and that's why I'm hoping 2025 is better for everybody in Japan. Everybody, no more earthquakes, no more this, everything, and stuff. You know,
exactly.
I say everybody, it's your harmonies. You know, if you do good, maybe good will come back, and maybe you'll put out good energy.
So what we've got coming up on The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS in the new year, we do have an interview scheduled for January 21st. I'm not going to say who it is. We're going to be looking at more of the David Tennant years, starting with Love and Monsters, was where we left off just before we had some other stuff in the fall.
And that episode is before the controversial episode, right?
We had...
Love and Monsters is before the other episode, the Chloe?
I don't remember. Okay.
Because there is getting more controversy building around Chloe's episode that I wanted to bring up later.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what have we done? What do we have in there? But yeah, we've got, I think, 5 episodes left in David Tennant's first series. And then we'll continue on to series 2. We've got a couple of big finish reviews coming up. I'm hoping, I think we're working on a couple of other interviews as well. We will see you at MegaCon if you were in Orlando, coming up in February. We will be at, I think we're trying to be at a couple of other conventions as well.
Ancient City Con you're trying to be at too, right?
I think that Ancient City is already over, isn't it? I think so.
No, it's coming up next year. I think they got another one coming up
in the new year. Maybe it's just in the new year. Yeah.
Yeah.
At 8:50 last night, they had a moment of silence for the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. Yeah, that's about 400 kilometers.
Yeah, she was telling me.
Instead of Honshu. So
that's what I'm sad. Like, it's like, I don't know if it's everybody's energy that did all this, or it's because, you know what I mean? Maybe this episode was a good episode to show people that if you are a good heart, you know, and everything, you can bring some joy, but I don't know. It was just, something's got to change in 2025.
Exactly.
Something's got to change.
So before we go in, we're gonna do my box up. We're gonna call this one. We've run over everything 8 times from Friday.
And the audience said all their piece.
Exactly. Please stick around. I want you, before we go into the after party segment here, Gadget, where can we find you?
Basically anywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So in New York, if you guys are here, you gotta run into me at any point. I'm always either in the city, I'm in the Bronx, Manhattan, Yonkers, anywhere. And if you go to the DMV, you might see me there too.
David, where can we find you?
Oh, just at my blog still. I finally got the Deadpool and Wolverine analysis up, in which I point out how it was so heavily based on planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh God. Oh God.
I have to go watch that.
You're gonna make me rewatch that movie with the pillow scene, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I have not seen that movie in so many years.
Oh my God.
I've been meaning to rewatch Deadpool and Wolverine, so that might just be a double feature here.
I haven't seen. That's what I'm saying. Tonight I was gonna put Disney Plus on and watch the latest Wolverine and Deadpool, the new one, and I was just gonna relax because everyone knows I'm out of it because don't get the flu, guys, during New Year's.
Yeah,
don't get the flu.
My roommate's upstairs watching all of the Harry Potter movies.
I saw all those this morning.
They're not streaming on any sort of a place where she'll get any extra revenue from. But yes, you can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/TheRatHole.ca. I would love to get some extra subscribers there, please. I'm never going to catch up to The Legend of Traveling TARDIS, but I would love it if you guys would give me a subscribe there. I appreciate it greatly.
Do we know how many people we have now?
I can pop over and take a quick look. Do I have it page open anywhere? No, I don't. Give me a moment.
Because I'm trying to see it on here, but with the comments.
I'm not trying to see it anywhere. I'm just sitting here watching.
Yeah.
He's enjoying the company.
We're just shy.
No.
46,000. We're at 45.9.
Are you kidding me?
Thousand subscribers. 45.9 thousand subscribers. So if you've got a friend, hack their account and get them to subscribe. Let's get over to 46. I
want to know who that 50 is going to be. I want to know who that's going to be because I want them on the show.
Well, we'll be definitely be keeping a closer eye on that. But yeah, we're hoping that by the end of definitely before the end of February, we'll have hit 50, but we'll see where that goes. Part of the New Year's tradition here is eating breakfast, so gotta go. Yes, go have fun. Watching the world.
I like when you get the longest noodle. The longest noodle is the best for the year.
He's on vacation, Roger. Yes, everyone be a good YouTuber and like and subscribe for 2025. To me, to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, to the timescales, to timescales, and myself and Tom and Mark. I'll do Spill the Geek Tea with his non-Doctor Who stuff. We got a few good plans for next year, so give us a subscribe there for more cool content. But other than that, let's take a look. See, we're gonna go into
what Canada mail was holding back. Much? I wonder how much they had to deliver. Like literally.
Oh, scads. All right, so here we'll make this official. All right, so here we are. We are in the after party. Please stick around. We want to see you here. We've got now. I'm hiding. I'm trying to find the best view here for everything.
How did you have it the last time? Where you had it?
Yeah, that's one of the ways we had it. This is
like you were. Yeah, and you had that way. Yeah.
So yes, I've mentioned this a few times. Canada Post did have a strike. So this box has been sitting for a while. Where did I put my blade? Darn it. Somewhere I have a blade to open this thing up. Woo! Seriously, what did I do with it? I had it. All right, well, this is not it, but that's okay. It still works. So yeah, this has been sitting down in Michigan for a while. So I've been waiting. I know what's in this vaguely. It's possible there's more in here that I don't know, although it seems to be unlikely. Switch back over here. Well, mostly not Doctor Who stuff. We're kind of we are a bit of a sister show. Tom took my blade. Oh, that explains a lot. Jerk. I'm gonna switch us around just because where you're sitting in frame. Yeah.
What?
So We'll look at that in a second. Boop the holes! This is the Christmas version of Boop from Smirk and Laughter / Smirk and Dagger games.
Oh my god.
In the original, you're playing cats bouncing around on a bed. Now you're on a Christmas tree.
Oh, the second home.
Yep. I have been so excited since it was announced, because I've said ever since there's also Spooky Boop or Boop, a Halloween version. And I said, you need to do a Christmas version. And Kurt from Smirk and Dagger's like, I don't know if I want to. Hum ha, hum ha. Then they announced this. I'm just like, told you so. I'm so excited for this. I will open this in a moment. Also, we've got the ghosts, Jacob Meowly and the ghosts of...
Oh god, that is cute.
This is an
okay, that's a name for a cat. Jacob Maui.
It's an expansion to this. So I'll open that up in a second. And this is probably the first thing you're going to see the most of, because now it's not Christmas anymore. The Night Cage Shrieking Hollow. This is an expansion to the Night Cage. And I have played the Night Cage solo on my channel in the past. And I will definitely be playing this solo soon. Probably as soon as later tonight. We'll see how I feel. But I'm going to open this one up first. If you don't know what the Night Cage is, are you both familiar with the concept of fog of war, like in video games and whatnot?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can only see so far. This takes it to the next level. Skipping, does it have Nicolas Cage in it? No, it does not. What it does have is all the characters
in the corner.
And you cannot see farther than your candle. So as you walk,
it's a weeping angel moment.
As you walk through this dark prison, this dark cage, you can't see what's ahead of you. You can't see what's behind you. And when you stop being able to see what's behind you, those rooms go away. So if you back up,
you're hitting the wall.
So it's constantly shifting. And the Night Cage Shrieking Hollow is an expansion.
Now that would be a cool escape room.
It kind of is. It's an escape room without the mystery, without the puzzles. But really, it is an escape room. You're trying to escape something else. You awake in the dark with nothing but a candle. Wait, has this happened before? As the tunnels crumbled into pits, did they always scream? No, it's the other, rising from below. So we've got the rule book. One thing I love about all of the stuff from Smirk and Dagger is that you can skip the rule books and go to an app called Dized. And it's not just Smirk and Dagger. There are hundreds of games on here that will walk you through the different the rules in a way that makes difference, and usually your first couple of turns as well. So you've got a deck of Night Terrors. So these are extra added stuff. Blindfold. Let blindness be your shield. Activation cost. All prisoners lose their nerve. Redraw all adjacent tiles of the prisoner who activates this card illuminates. So basically you reset the map, which could be great if you've got a bunch of monsters that are going to kick your butt. Oh, look, a bag! The other side of the main board. So yeah, there's a few other things. You've got an extra board. This is the hollow. So it's kind of you're falling down a pit here. So it's like you got more. Again, it is a tile-based game.
That's probably what the bag is for.
There's the other.
Looks like my ex.
So you've got more tiles. So you've got on one side there's pits, on the other side there's stuff. There's the actual. He comes on the board and starts eating up tile spaces, as well as some other different monsters that you can come across. There's some paths that you're looking at. So again, you walk through that and you can see that the ground is cracked. And so if you stand on it too long, it becomes a pit, and then you fall down the hollows.
Why does it sound familiar?
Sorry?
It sounds familiar.
Well, like I said, the Night Cage itself, this is the expansion.
Okay.
So Night Cage, the original game, has been out for a few years. Not a lot of years. It's like 3 or 4. And I
wonder if they beta test this at New York Comic Con also, because I heard something similar.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's gotten a fair bit of hype over the years, because it's a great game. It is so atmospheric. Originally I was going to be doing this for Halloween, but again, didn't make it there, which is fine. But let's kick that over here. Boop the halls.
Wait, we have something saying don't go yet. I'm coming.
Oh, Christian's coming. Quick!
Ring the bells! Ring the bells!
Christian will get to come and give his Christmas greetings. But here is Boop the Halls. I wish there was a solo version. Actually, I kind of wish there was a solo Boop.
I want to see the cats.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Do I have the other one handy?
All right. I actually have to run away. My apologies.
Rude.
Yep.
Go.
Always me, but happy ho.
Enjoy your new year.
And happy new year, all that jazz. Thanks for having me again.
Have fun.
Have fun.
All the best to all of you in 2025. Let's take it slowly, carefully. Yeah.
Give all of the greetings. If it's anyone I know, say hi for me.
Of course.
If it's not, say hi anyway.
Oh, sure.
Make new friends.
Make new friends.
All right. Thank
and
you.
All that jazz.
See you again.
Thanks, David. So yes, we're still holding on because apparently Christian is coming. So he
Yay.
says. So here's Boop the Halls. This is
Let's see the boopy kitties.
Boopy kitties. Yay!
That
is I wanted. There we go.
Yep.
So before I go, since you want to see the kitties, here's the original Boop.
All right.
Now, the thing with the original Boop is you're playing on. This is a quilt.
They did a quilt? I thought it was cardboard.
They did more. No, this is actually material. And I'm going to flip this over. And you put this on here, and you've actually got the bed skirt on the box.
Why does this remind me of my childhood in the 80s? You know the games we had where it's like, oh, the board game, the whole thing was the game, you know?
Yeah. So
here is a few of them still
full-size orange cat. And
I still got the board game backwards. Now, see, that's something I would like. So you can see the difference. Now, this is the same company that makes these two games?
This is the same game. This is a sequel to the same game.
No, I mean in the companies. The two games you just showed.
Same company.
So one version they do like
produces it, whether it's the same company that manufactures it, I assume yes.
No, meaning the scary one versus this one. They're both the same.
Oh, yeah, they're both Smirking Dagger / Smirk and Laughter.
Because that's interesting, different takes on how they do things.
Mm-hmm. And so how the game works is you start with kittens. And you have to get 3 kittens in a row. And then you get, instead, full-size cats. And you have to get 3 cats in a row to be able to win. And that is easier said than done. Because whenever you land a kitten next to another kitten, it goes boop over a space. Kitten can't boop a cat. Cat can totally boop kitten. So if I went, again, there'd be a grid here. But if I put my guy here, go, everyone would go away. And if this is the edge of the board, they might all go off the edge of the board.
Oh, that is interesting.
Now boop the halls.
Who can last the longest in a Christmas tree?
Yep.
That you have to build.
Yes. And I have not seen it yet. So here's the base. Or one of the tiers, anyways. Oh, this okay, neat. This comes in. So you got clip.
Oh, puzzle.
Yeah, just to hold everything together, which makes sense. There is Christian is almost here. So there's your bottom level. And then this is on top of that. And it is inset a bit. So there's actually a little bit of a lip here.
That actually makes sense. So nothing moves.
And then exactly. And same thing here. Another one. And there's actually another one right in here for this. And this all just tucks in the box like that.
Easy cleanup.
Some baubles, some Christmas ornaments.
So is the object the cat knocking them down?
The object is still the same. The object is to get 3 cats in a row. But because it's 3D, you don't necessarily see it. So here is the black cat.
With a bauble.
With a bauble. Here's the black kitten. Oh, sorry, that was the kitten. This is the full-size cat, sorry.
He's got a scarf.
He's got a scarf on. And Christian will come on, is almost here. Christian will come in whenever he gets here. Here is your white kittens. There we go.
And figures they're in a present.
In a box. And here is your full-sized cat.
But is it only 4 cats? Or meaning
it is a one-on-one game. So it is just 2 types of cats per. So you would get the goal. So if I put in a kitten here,
right?
I put a kitten here. I having not looked at the specialized this version of the rules, just to be clear. But if I were to put a kitten here, this would get booped away. If I put another kitten, I'm just going to use one of these ones because I have it handy. There, they would get booped like that.
Whoa, okay.
But the goal is to end up with 3 of the same kitten in a row. And then you get rid of these, come out of play. And instead you have cats. And the end goal is to have 3 full-size cats in a row. In any pattern.
Is that like Monopoly with the houses? And then goes into hotels?
Not at all. It would be nice if it was, but no, it's much more complex. This is a game that is ridiculously quick to learn and kind of messed up to play because it's just so complex.
Because me and being dyslexic, a lot of these games don't work. So this would be interesting.
It would. I would say start with the original.
Uh-huh.
Aside from the fact that we're almost past the Christmas season. But the original is not 3-dimensional like this, right? The original is 2-dimensional, which makes it a little easier. Because here, if I've got a guy here, I can't necessarily see it at this angle.
That makes sense with the 3D.
Yeah. And then there's the expansion to this. And again, I can't give you the rules to the expansion because I don't know them. But here is Jacob Meowly and the Ghosts of Boopmas. I have no idea what's going on because Christian is just taking everything off. Stop messing with stuff, Christian.
He's trying to get in.
He's in. He just doesn't have his camera on.
And there won't be.
Okay, and there won't be.
I'm not proper.
we knew that. I'm just looking at...
Shut up.
We're looking at cats.
I'm liking the name of this one. Jacob Meowly.
Yeah. And the
You're giving me names for cats.
So you've got the Ghost of Bootmas Plast, the Ghost of Bootmas Pal, and Jacob Meowly. So there's only 3 cats here, which is interesting because there could end up being maybe one next year. But here is your cat. So here's Jacob Meowly. And he's a ghost. And this is very similar to the Halloween one. I assume the mechanics for him are going to be very similar.
He gets to travel everywhere.
One direction, but you can choose which one it is. Okay, interesting. Ghost of Boopmas yet to pounce. And which way is up on here? Sorry to. There we go. He is.
He's in a sheet.
He's in a sheet. And the Ghost of Boopmas passed.
Is he holding fire?
Yes.
There we go. Yep.
Yes. Set him on fire.
Right. Fire. And there's a little cheat sheet tile here for how they all move. I'm so excited to get to try this. I'm so grateful to finally get this from Smirk and Dagger. Yeah, I'm excited to Boop. When Boop came out, came out vaguely this time of year, but it was my number one of the year. It was my number one most anticipated game, and by the end of the year, it was still my number one favorite game of the year when it came out. So I'm really convenient. I'm gonna tell Melanie that she's missing. I've got a friend who was like, "What's in the box?" I'm live. You can see what is in the box.
Are we doing a Saturday Night Live skit at this moment?
It pretty much is. Well, I mean, it's Christmas, right? I mean, it's New Year's. We can have fun.
We just combined all the holidays together from October 1st all the way up to December 31st.
Did they do the fireworks by you, Christian?
What's that?
They doing the fireworks by you or no?
Oh my God, I got a story to tell.
Oh,
My roommate ran into the house. Apparently somebody lit off a firework and it chased him. He ran into the house. I was like, I knew we were going to have problems because they were launching fireworks at 11:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I'm still at work. Are you kidding me?
I don't know if we're going to get the midnight here or if it's going to be sooner, but I'm shocked. Usually we hear music in the building. We usually hear whatever. This time, wow. I don't know if they all went down to Times Square.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say this. Everybody in the chats, and just tell me wrong. I remember the good old days when fireworks went on the holiday. So if there's 4th of July, it was launched on the 4th of July. If it was New Year's Eve, it was launched on New Year's Eve. Now today, Thanksgiving Day weekend, there were fireworks going off. I'm like, what the hell? What is this? On Thanksgiving?
yes.
There was Christmas fireworks we had too.
I know. I'm just like, any day's a holiday now, as long as they got the buy one get two free at the local fireworks store in the convenient corner of the tent that just shows up.
And they're still, I think they're still technically illegal here. So I'm trying to figure out how the hell they get them.
They certainly are. You have to have a license to shoot off fireworks here. I mean, that's always happens, but technically speaking,
Boop, the holidays.
That's a good screenshot right there.
Yes. Like, I'm going to set this up, make it look pretty. Slide that over a little bit more. Slide that. There we go. And we're just going to solo that because, why? Because we can.
Click.
Woo! There's our screenshot. And we're just going to make it go bigger. Oh, put that back up.
Okay. Boink. I played Boop the Hall for the first time yesterday. Mel's board game room.
Yeah, that's my friend Mel. That's who I was just texting saying you should come. and since she didn't see the other thing that they sent, the other thing they sent was the Night Cage Shrieking Hollow. But yeah, this was so stuck. This has been stuck in the post for almost 2 months. And now I finally have it, and I'm super excited for it.
Do you remember 4 to 8 weeks to get stuff? So that sounds about right. You're that generation.
It is, but I mean, I should have had it. They should have had it, like I said, much quicker than that. I have definitely had stuff come months and months later when crossing the border. I've had stuff just go into customs and just disappear.
Customs is fun, isn't it?
Isn't it though? On the upside, I did end up getting several extra Stan Sakai sculpts of his version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Usagi Yojimbo, because they resent it because it just straight up
Disappeared.
and then it finally showed up after I got the replacements, mind you, but it did eventually show up. So I have some extras, and eventually they're in my prize support box where I donate stuff to.
Well, that's why I love watching on YouTube when they buy the lost mail and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You see the stuff customs has gone through. You see everything. I'm still looking to see if we can find my backpack.
Oh crap! It happened.
What happened?
It just happened now. Okay. I've been monitoring our numbers because I've been like,
did it work?
Oh, well, I meant if you go to our Facebook page, and it took forever. As of this moment, our Facebook page just hit 76,000 even.
Really?
I was like, that wasn't even going to happen, but it did. It's at now. Yeah, watch 10 people leave as soon as I say that. But we're at 76,000.
Yeah.
I was hoping our Facebook page, our YouTube channel was going to, but we are damn close to 46,000. We're off by.
I did give those numbers. Christian wasn't watching.
Yeah, I was taking care of things.
Yeah, he's going to a nice party.
I did.
Yay. Good job, guys. Thank you. Did you show face pictures?
I did not.
Oh, Faith's going to rip me if I don't show
them. Then you put them on here.
I am. Hang on a second. Bunka.
Dang.
And if you want more information about Faith and everything, it's in the description for the page.
She's named Faith, but playing Joy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could just, do that. But she nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, she got it.
She absolutely nailed it.
Nailed it. Especially that.
Especially that one, yeah.
No, that one right there.
And there she is.
Of course, she's got
wonderful, our very own 13.
And happy birthday. I think she's 90 something now.
Something
she would have been, I should say, she would have been 90.
I met her once. She was lovely.
96. Nichelle Nichols. She had a birthday on December the 27th. And Bernard Cribbins had a birthday just a couple days ago, if you were around. His birthday was on December the 29th. And I don't know if you know. Oh, let me take the banner down so everybody can read that. So before I step foot in 2025, I want to see the terms and conditions. Yes.
Yeah.
And want to wish everybody a very happy New Year, wherever you're at. Whether it's just taking place, just like in Australia, where they were the first ones to get it, or in the UK, where it just took place just 37 minutes ago, or here in Florida, which is going to happen within the next 4.5 hours. So wherever you are, we hope you stay safe. We hope it's wonderful, and we hope everybody the very best as we enter 2025. And don't forget, MegaCon, our very first convention of the new year, is going to be taking place at the Orange County Convention Center February 6th through the 9th. This is now completely confirmed. We will be with the Dalek Builders of Florida. We will be hosting a couple panels, one of which is just a cosplay panel. So there it is. Oh, thanks for pulling that up. Yeah, Meet the Stars of Doctor Who. Good God. My friends are all going. We don't have. They have to pick between mortgage, or this, and it's like then they have to get pictures together, like 13 and
or just do dumb luck, like it happens to me. I end up running into them.
Mm-hmm. This right here. This is why I paid for my ticket to Europe early.
Oh, if anybody am getting Matt, I have to get Matt.
Yeah.
He's the only Doctor I haven't taken a picture with in succession.
He's like I said, he was hard to get at New York Comic Con when he was there. And I tried my best. He is like elusive as anything, but I found out he was in disguise too. So he was dressing up in cosplay as well.
Yeah, anytime he was going to the Doctor Who panel, probably dressed up as Game of Thrones, and anytime he was going to the Game of Thrones panel, he was in Doctor Who outfit, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to try for Matt and Jody just because I can't. Those are the two you can't guarantee I'm gonna get. I know that Alex will be at Pensacon. So I'll get to see her there, and I kind of gauge MegaCon as a good gauge on what we might see here in Calgary and Edmonton over the course of the next year, and plausibly Vancouver. I know some of these guys are going to be at Vancouver Fan Expo just before MegaCon. So,
and Mel says, I'm starting with a Pop 2 balloon for, you know what, wherever you got your balloons hanging up, take a Sharpie and put a big 2 in front of it.
It's those big number ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wherever it is, just get a Sharpie, put a 2 right there.
Yeah.
Or don't, please. Don't ruin your wall.
Right. So yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting. Thank you guys. Thank you, Christian, for popping in and for everything you do for the show and for running the show and letting me do
and
all.
Also, shout out to our new members.
Yes, shout out to all of our new members, our old members, our friends, our families, and anyone who's ever watched us, no matter where you're doing that. We are very grateful to be part of your family, to be in your homes or your phones or whatever it is we're at.
Don't do that.
I don't know why I went there.
My nightmares. Don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I hate that damn alien.
Other than wishing everyone a happy new year, do you have anything else you wanted to?
Christian, what do you want to say
before we go?
Well, I just want to elaborate. Well, you guys were thanking me for putting all this show together. I'm like, I thank you guys. Gadget, Dave, both Marks, James. I'm trying to do this from memory. God, please, if I'm missing somebody, please. So, James, Nick.
We got Gretchen now.
Other Dave.
Yep.
And we have a new cast that's going to be joining us in the new year, and we're really excited. You will actually meet one of them, I'm hoping, on at MegaCon. She actually lives in the area. She has a wonderful TikTok, and she actually makes her own cosplay. So we have a panel for cosplay. We're going to split it in half, at least this time. Instead of just being a whole cosplay panel, what we're going to do is just have a little brief talk about cosplay, possibly letting people talk about their cosplay and why they chose it. And when about halfway through, we're hoping the Dalek builders will be there as well. But, we're going to have a panel where everybody can get together and take pictures with each other. Because I've been trying that for conventions for a while. It's just like, why don't we just have a moment where Doctor Who cosplayers get together and take pictures, and we can have the Dalek builders, or we can take pictures for them, or they're going to have pictures of the traveling TARDIS.
That's why I keep researching for New York Comic Con to see if we can get a room, because then you guys can broadcast from there. You guys can have a stand set up in the room for all the selfies and everything with the TARDIS in the background, stuff like that. Because that would be a cool concept that you have there. It's a cool one.
I would love that. Faith. Why am I on Faith? Who makes the Faith? Who you just saw up there? Who makes also
Faith is her own. Yeah.
Michelle.
For us.
Yes. Michelle Hamilton, who recently joined with us. Of course, the great Simon Fisher-Becker. We hope he has a speedy recovery. He had a little bit of an incident during the holidays, and we hope he's doing a little bit about what I'm not drinking anything, Tom. Speaking of which, Tom, definitely Sean. What's this podcast again?
Spill the Geek Tea.
No, Sean.
Oh, Sean.
Our philosophy is.
Our philosophy is, check him out over there. And of course, our sister podcast that has just recently joined us, Tom's Spill the Geek Tea. You can check out on the YouTube channel and subscribe. I'm just trying to run through the. Oh, Jessica.
Yeah, don't forget her. No, don't forget her.
Yeah, I pulled up the names. That's it's like God.
I have an excuse why I'm out of it. You.
I've been busy. Trust me. I just got off work to do something else, and that kept me.
Yeah, I gotta go take care of the parents.
Yeah.
Mark Muncie with Erie, Florida, and I want to introduce, or at least I'm going to go ahead and give you the names tonight of the two new panelists who are going to be joining us here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Gretchen Michaels is the person that I am speaking of, who does cosplay. You can check out her TikTok. I'll try to see if I can pull up the information. And a man
I'm already ready to talk with her.
and a man who's already familiar with conventions and being on a podcast himself, Zion Kiros, will be joining us. So I think they're both going to be starting in February. So we're going to be recovering from the month. And what we're projecting right now is we have an interview coming up this month. So we're really excited to be interviewing this person. And
this month, Dewey. This month, Dewey.
If you're in the UK, if you're in Australia and the UK, it's this month.
Are we having this interview in the next couple of hours?
We should.
Are we stuck in the time hotel? Are we yes. Traveling through?
Yes, bring me my latte. But yeah, in January we have an interview coming up. We're going to give you more information about that. We're also going to be reviewing 2 of the Big Finish. Hopefully, I know you guys have been yelling at me. We're going to go back to reviewing classic New Who, starting with Love and Monsters. I know everybody was jumping on me when we decided to go off that, but we're going into the holidays, so we're going to start with Love and Monsters and be reviewing all the new classic Who. And we're going to dive more into Big Finish because that place has just gotten completely bonkers, as well as reviewing season 2 of Ncuti Gatwa's run on Disney Plus. So we got a lot of stuff coming up in the new year. We're really excited.
And the spin-offs and everything else. Yeah.
And the spin-offs and the.
So we ain't going anywhere, right, well. Christian? We ain't going anywhere. We gotta wait, right? We gotta get the coffee pots, everything.
Exactly.
We're gonna be what, like, yeah, okay.
Oh, we already leaving? Okay.
Everyone's like, okay, good night, Rose. What? No.
Wait, we haven't left yet.
But Dave, it's getting to be about that time.
Dave, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hang on 1 second. Sorry.
1.
Nano.
2. We're past
Nano.
1. Hashtag damn it, Christian. But no, it's been wonderful to have you guys. I would be hanging up the show, but Christian wants me to wait for him to come back.
I want to see how Gretchen is, because she showed me something that I'm like, because I play my cosplay is the character, she cosplays daughter in an alternate time thing whenever I go to Comic-Con and everything.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I have to speak with her, because I would love, if I ever could meet up with her, to pull this off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And everything, because it was hysterical when I tested it at New York Comic-Con, and I wish I could have done the wig a different way, but I didn't have time to finish it, so I had to put in extensions, and it didn't give the same effect, but it people were getting the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Leave me alone, Tom.
No.
Well, no, I had to check on Summer because there was.
How's she feeling?
Well, I mean, there was just a bang right outside my window.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
She ran out of the room, so I wanted to make sure she was okay. She just like, boom, gone. It's like,
that's what I got to get when I get next door for Aerie. She's babysitting the parents right now because they are under the weather also, and yeah, with the fireworks when they start here, it's gonna be I got to grab her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know.
And Mom's not good with the noise either.
We kind of adopted a street cat now, or we're calling her Biscuits. And this is.
He was sent to you, and you're welcome. She or he, because that one was sent to you.
She. Yeah,
it was sent to you, and someone says hi.
We've been joking around that we have some kind of pet portal in the front of our house. I don't know if I've ever told you the story, but one
I'll
of
be
our
right back when
dogs.
you tell the story.
Oh, whatever. I'm the only one who can pull that card. So anyway, Chrissy and I went for a drive. We went out for dinner one night, and we just went out, came back home. This is Labor Day. That's how I remember this. We came back home, and there was a dog standing in our front doorway, like, are you going to open the door or what? So like, what? It's like, and Chrissy and I went out and tried to see if the owner was around, because this was a dog that was, he looked like he was taken care of very well. And he didn't have a chip. He didn't have a collar. He was just standing in our doorway. Like he naturally owned the place. Like he knew what, he knew he was going to go into the house. So surely enough, we brought him in and we went in up and down neighborhoods. We were calling people and, nobody claimed him. We waited for the time to expire and then we adopted him and he became our Sprinkles. But it's not the first time an animal has shown up in our house.
And what did I tell you about Sprinkles? That was sent to you too.
We don't. You know what? You can stop. This is just right.
Well,
now.
you have some people on the other side, on the other side, that felt you were a little lonely and missed you also, and thought that would be the best way to say that they are thinking about you too, and that you're doing good work and everything. So they sent you a present.
So that it's just really weird. Summer is the only one I think. No, Summer and Bandit are the only two that we went to the ASPCA. Yeah, the rest showed up. What was it? Beaker, who's been our longest running animal right now. He's going on his 22nd year, and he literally, as my wife was about to walk out, go into her car to go get something, he ran into the house when she opened the door.
22-year-old cat that can run. I love that.
No. I mean, when he was a baby, when we first got him, he was a baby and he just ran into the house. Like he owned the place. And we didn't know what to do. Next thing you know, we're adopting him and he's been around for he's going on his 22nd year.
That's his home. That's like, I'm done. I'm home.
He's showing his age, but I'm just like, he lives to fight another year. So hopefully he makes it into 2025.
I hope a lot of people make it to 2025.
Yeah.
All right. Dave, what's your New Year's resolution? What do you got planned?
My New Year's resolution is to not make any New Year's resolutions.
Good job.
And now that means I've already failed my New Year's resolution. And I can move on.
I'm letting the universe take it.
I'm not confused.
I've made my resolution. It has not come true. I can just move on with a clear slate now.
That's why I said, let the universe take it. Whatever happens, happens. I did the most important thing. I was like, do I make an appointment for this and everything? And I'm like, oh, wait, I got to change it because my job's got. I'm like, screw my job. My health's more important. I'm doing that. So that's my new motto.
Yeah.
I come first this time.
No.
And you, Christian, what about you?
Try to keep this ship from breaking up.
Christian, we're not going anywhere. We've got
no.
We got,
No. It's not that. It's not the team that's a trouble. I love our team. I love the new people who are coming in. I'm just like, if you knew the behind the scenes and what we're trying to do here and what we're trying to move forward, it's.
Oh, I know. Like, yeah, I understand the politics of it. Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad because I wanted to go to one convention. I wanted to go to Central Florida Comic-Con, and just timing and things ran out. So we're not going in January, or at least Ben hasn't gotten back to me about what's going on. Okay. But
so here's what we do. We put a plea out to them right now. If any of you cons are listening, you have the biggest Whovians out by there and everything. Just grab us. We're cheap. We don't care. You can put all of us in one room,
Not easy. We're cheap and we're not easy.
Okay. We don't take much space up. Okay, you can put us in a corner, whatever. But as long as we get out there,
It's just on a 10 by 10 in the room.
Grab us. We're cheap, and you can shove us into one room. We're a Civil War chess set.
Yeah.
What the?
Like it won't cost, like, you know. I mean, your con would be big after you seeing us, because a lot of people end up getting very good reviews after seeing us, you know, and things like that.
Well, I'll say this nicely. We are close to getting a confirmation. We're just working out the logistics. But for people who said, you need to go out of state, we are planning to possibly this December. That's all I'm going to say for right now until things start putting together.
We're doing a convention in the next couple of hours out of state.
I hate you. I hate you with a passion.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Next in 2025 December, we are planning to go to Louisiana. That's all I'm going to say for it right now. So
Universe said no hurricanes, send no floods, send no rain.
Well, it's December, so none of that should be, maybe just a bit of rain, but no hurricanes, I hope. But yeah, we are talking about moving about. MegaCon's confirmed. We're just waiting for Space Coast to tell us.
Are we definitely talking to Ancient City again?
I don't foresee why we wouldn't be back at Ancient City. I'm hoping we did Max a justice for his convention. I think he was happy with us. He definitely loved DALEKHAL.
Because he got tons of good reviews.
Oh yeah. I would love to go back there. I don't want to overpromise something I haven't locked in or just haven't done, because anything can happen. It was like Phantasmagoria. They were supposed to be on the show in October, and then the hurricanes came and they pushed them back. So like I said, I don't want to promise anything that I haven't gotten in writing, and that's or something in a text. I want to make sure that when we tell people we're going somewhere, we are definitely going somewhere, and there should not be any issues. So there you go. I'm checking out the prices of our of the people at MegaCon. There's no way.
I'm still. You thought
one or two
New York
people.
Comic-Con is just as bad trying to get pictures.
I know, but
I'm like, people, how?
I honestly think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we've had that many Who celebrities at MegaCon. I think maybe the highest number was 4. And what they were trying to do was like a pond reunion, and it all fell through. I just remember one year.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, it all fell through. It was all 4 celebrities left. And I'm just like, dang, there was nothing. And I think one year they were supposed to have Eccleston, and the Thursday morning of that MegaCon, the Thursday morning, Eccleston sends a message saying, sorry, I can't come. I'm like,
that was like Billy Piper. She was supposed to be at New York Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. Everyone was waiting for her, and she canceled last minute. We don't know if it was something with the negotiations or anything, but people were pissed, and they had spent all that money. Everybody had like everything like set up, and now they didn't know what the hell was going to happen, if she was going to come later or not, or if she was going to run late. But
Dave, I'm thinking we need to do something like a convention panel before MegaCon starts up. I think we need to do one for 2025 just to remind people. And one of the things I'm glad you mentioned that, Gadget, because I wanted to remind people, if you go to a convention, it's like going to a theme park for one ride. Don't. It's just because you never know. I've heard people going like, oh, I went to, and I'm just using it as an example. When I used to work there was a guy and his daughter who wanted to ride the Haunted Mansion, but unfortunately he waited until too late in the night to ride it, and the ride went down. Like it was not going to be running that night. Felt really bad. And it was just like, yeah, if you're going, go there for other reasons, find something else just in case Space Mountain breaks down. Then you can go on the Haunted Mansion, or you can go on,
And that's the thing about conventions, that this certain people get in their head. It's like, I get my name out there if I go to these conventions, or I go to this and I'm going for this. But when they get there, they get disappointed because they're like, why is it not what it's supposed to be? And us regulars are telling them, guys, get off your cell phones. 1, don't sit in the middle of the floor. 2, because that's even worse. 3, I would love to have someone talk with me and figure out, because we do need a place to eat and everything, but it doesn't help that you're next to a booth and they're trying to line people up and everything, and we're stepping in your food.
Yeah.
So it's like, especially, and then they're allowing us to have wagons and everything because they found out that now everybody, because it's more of like a trade show than anything and stuff. If you do bring a wagon, don't bring a carriage too. I had one person had the carriage, a wagon, and the stroller, and was on the cell phone this past New York Comic Con, and I was like, yeah.
Have to be the shuttle service for the entire convention.
And I used to do, before they changed hands, I used to do logistics for New York Comic Con. So one year I even had the ADA set up for everything so that with people with hard of hearing, seeing and everything, touch screens and all that. That year it works good. All the games were in one section. Everything was like that. Now it's like they're doing that same thing again. They're putting them all over the place because it's whatever's popular and everything. Get the shot because the news crews are going to say, that's lazy news crews. Just come into the convention, shoot your stuff and, and everything and stuff, because it's mostly the fans only see what the news crews wants to show or this. They don't see what we go through as behind the scene press or panelists or things like that, trying to get into these things and stuff. And like us, we would do good with a room because we can break it down into 3 different things. You can shoot the rat hole from there, Legend Traveling TARDIS, Spill the Geek Tea. All 3 can be shoot from there. And we can interview all the stars. They can come downstairs because they'll be right near Artist Alley. All the autograph signings are always kept in the same spot. And then have like a photo booth and everything, that they can pose with either Squishy, Pinky, or Happy, whatever, right? And your TARDIS. Or we can even do like a giant TARDIS. We can rent out one and everything, and stuff. Because the one thing they kept asking at New York Comic Con was, is there going to be a giant TARDIS? Because they heard that we were going to be there, meaning me representing, but they thought I had like a TARDIS. So that's what I'm saying. If we can figure something out, like if the fans, we want you guys to request us, because that's the only way we're going to be able to get there. And me just doing it myself for Anime NYC and New York Comic Con, I'm paying out of pocket for this. And I just missed the deadline to do for Anime NYC. I don't know if I'm going to get tickets. That means the TARDIS doesn't show up at Anime NYC. And a lot of the voice actors love seeing the TARDIS, A lot of the fans know the TARDIS. They're like, they want to pose with it. We've had from genres like My Hero Academia through Blue Exorcist. You know what I mean? Through all the gamers posing with it. Even when I go to New York Comic Con, you have all your Doctor Who's. Now, I was shocked that only the Jodies, because and everything, were there. Those were the only ones, or the Mats, like all the ones that were like that. I did not find any Daleks or anything, but everybody else found the Daleks and everything. So that's why I'm saying you guys have to let us know what you want so that we can plan it and contact these cons,
Or if you want, you can reach out to them and tell them, hey, you want the Traveling TARDIS people to come out there.
Anyone's going to console room, I literally have to drive through Minneapolis, and they've ignored all of our emails.
Oh, good grief.
And that's crazy, because they could have an instant person right here. We could have been vlogging from there, promoting their con, and they don't realize that will bring them more business. You can get a bigger location. We're just pigeonholed because of Javits Center down here, but thanks to New York Comic Con, they've grown Javits now. It's gotten bigger, and stuff, because the fans kept saying they wanted certain things. So, guys, bring us to the conventions. You want us on there. We even might interview you guys.
Oh,
I'll be around there with a microphone interviewing you guys if we can rig it in such a way.
I actually, Dave, for Christmas, I got a stand for my cell phone.
Oh,
yeah, it's a nice little periscope stand, and this thing could go a little bit taller than I am if we wanted to record stuff over there.
That's not saying much.
What's that?
That's not saying.
Don't do that. Don't
shut it down.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's like, you guys love us. We see the numbers. So now you got to bring us to where we can see you, because this show's nothing without you guys.
We got a better idea. Send them to Dave's house. Everybody, we're going to Dave's
send them here to help me with the parents and clean.
You've seen him cook on our foodie specials. So
I know. He's good.
Can you make enough for about 2,000 people? Good God.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's just craziness.
Crazy.
So what else have we
crazy-
got?
No, that's it.
We got 10 seconds till 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So if you are in the ocean, what's after? What's the first? What's plus one? Is it Isle of Man, Ocean? What is the
Puerto Rico?
or whatever. There's a country, its own country.
Puerto Rico, like Melina? I think she.
No, that's not. It's not midnight there yet.
The Isle of Man. That's it.
I don't know. Possibly. Yeah. I don't know. What's -1?
That'd be
I don't
great
know.
just to be on an island by yourself and going like, yeah, just turned just turned midnight here. Well, who else? Well, that's it. That's us.
Exactly.
How many people are on the island? Oh, about 10 of us. We're really bored. We'd launch
But
fireworks, but it burned the island down.
I think we can probably call it a wrap.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thanks, Christian, for popping on when you did.
No, I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Yep.
David, thank
Adam,
you.
Adam.
Left early.
I am loving the fact that everyone stayed on with us this long.
Yeah, though, as we just kind of go off on our own little tangents.
Yeah.
Right. Greatly apprecited. No, we're not doing a chicken wrap. Although now I'm also very hungry and I need to figure out.
Guys, no mention food, please.
All right. Well, because Christian's here and Christian likes us to do it. We'll say goodbye to Rose.
Ready? Where is she?
There
I'm
she
fine,
is.
I'm
There's
fine,
Rose. Everyone say goodbye, Rose.
Bye, Rose.
Good night, Rose.
And we'll then Tony can take it away.